Grand Rising, everyone. I'm recording this in the morning, so I hope all of you have slept well. Well, actually, by the time you get this, I will be overseas traveling. Kind of debating if I want to record anything at all while I'm there, so I will try to, while I'm at the airport, try to record the next 2 vids there, so I can just be really present during this trip because it's an important one. The sacred bridge that connects our lower nature and our higher nature by far is so incredibly important. The heart is the center that pulls everything together. You can be ambitious, you can be determined, you can be driven, you can have all the qualities to manifest, to acquire all of your heart's desire. Without the heart, without that bridge that unites one side to the other, it's almost like you almost become numb and zombie-like. So what is the higher nature? If you can think of the alignment of chakras, right? You have the 7 dominant chakras. We have hundreds of them, but the dominant ones that they speak of most is the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and the root chakra. I'm going to include 2 more. So you have the soul star, okay, which is the divine energy that you work and process. You do a lot of energy work and alchemizing, life experience, all that stuff, and you pull this energy down into towards your earth star, your path, the path that you walk, the path that you are part of, the path that you share, the path that you create, the path that you destroy and rebuild, right? So your soul star and earth star are the captains of your higher nature and lower nature. People like to use the word higher self, lower self. I like to use high nature, or your higher nature and lower nature. You can almost think of it, and this is going to sound pretty drastic, but you can almost think of it as heaven, your heaven and your hell, right? A lot of our ideas and our dreams and our visions and imprintations, that just made that word, they all are up here, right? All of it. It's very airy-fairy. You can't see someone's amazing idea, but they're experiencing that idea up in the head, in the mind, in the brain, right? And third eye, they visualize, they use their imagination. In our lower nature, or our hell, it's more visceral, it's raw, it's trauma, it's wound, it's real hardcore experiences, it's past, it's depression and anxiety, the things that we oftentimes numb this to get through life. We numb the heart to get through life. Our lower nature, sex, money, material, safety, disagreeable energies and entities love this space. They love the lower chakras. They love to attach to the solar plexus. They love to attach to the sacral, right? Your sexual energy. Ooh, they love to attach to the root chakra, your early childhood trauma that keeps you stuck for the rest of your days if you don't take accountability. So with all this, the heart center, the heart space is the most powerful bridge one could ever use and activate and be a part of. We all must, when we are heart-led, when we're allowing the heart to lead us, right? When we activate this bridge between 2 worlds, 2 realms, we become whole. We become a whole person, a whole person. If your heart is numb, if your heart is shut off, if your heart is blocked, if your heart is deeply wounded, if you feel empty, you feel stretched and not in a good way, you lose sight of your heaven. You lose sight of your hell, right? And then you begin to convince yourself that your hell, your lower nature self, okay, is your heaven. There's nothing more. And then you don't even look at the possibility or can fathom what your heaven is like. Both natures must be studied by you and only you. Both natures must be observed and loved on. A lot of the time in the new age community, in the spiritual community, it's all about the higher chakras. Oh, activate your third eye. Activate your crown chakra. Great. Activate your throat. Speak your truth, right? However, we don't pay attention to our lower nature. We don't pay attention to our sexual life force energy, our root chakra, our issues with money, our issues with finance, our issues with generational trauma, our issues with our jobs, right? Or our solar plexus, the soul, right? The courage, that fire, that soul fire that gives us that drive to make our dreams come true. This is so crucial. And I've said this again. I spent this past year numbed the F out. The year before, I was all obsessed about being of service. I was working in the hospital, right? I kept doing the loop over and over again of education and healthcare, externalizing myself through service, because in some way I was feeding something, right? I wasn't involving my heart in a sense, right? I was disconnected from it, and I made service a way to feed some other programming. And I'm not regretting any of my decisions. I'm not regretting working with my students or my patients or working with fabulous people throughout my life and my careers, I guess. However, this past year, in this summer, allowed me to see where I was, where my heart was. It's so important to include the heart in all that you do. The heart knows what the mind can only dream about. It's not just about following your feelings and following emotions. Go deeper than that. Go deeper into the heart wisdom. There's heart wisdom. Wisdom is intellect properly applied, right? And yes, there is the power of emotions and feelings. Of course, they are a compass, but that's all that it is, because emotions is just energy in motion. Emotions are supposed to move through you, not get stuck on you. That's what causes over time illnesses. That's what causes the repeat of your behavior and patterns. I talked about the repetition of cycles, because all that you go through comes back round again, and it is up to you to be able to perceive your own behaviors and your own patterns that keep certain stories going, certain experiences going. Like, didn't I just leave a job like this? Didn't I just leave a relationship like that? Didn't I just leave a friend group like this? Right? You have to change and shift in order to change and shift the outside, the external. Get in tune. And yeah, it does sound a bit lower nature hell. To me, I mean, I can make another video on my metaphysical, occultic perspective of what heaven and hell is, right? It's a split, it's duality, it's a left and right. But what I'm emphasizing here is the wholeness and completeness, that which is you. You are not split. It's not just a little demon over here and an angel over here telling you what to do. That happens when you're not involving the heart. When you're not involving the heart space, when it's not activated. I had one energy back in 2016 when I was going through massive spiritual awakening. I had one. I was invited to go to this gathering of other spiritualists, witches and warlocks and priestesses. And as soon as I walked through the door, it was this uppity, snoopity very wealthy people, right? They have the time for all this. Okay, so but I went. I was, I would call her a mentor now. I was with the older lady who she happened to be a priestess. She was very serious about her stuff. She was like, Nadja, she knew I was going through a transitional time, a really big shift in my life. And she said, Nadja, come with me. I want to expose you to my community, my friend group. And so I went, and as soon as I walked through, this is the perfect example of how new agey it was. As soon as I walked through the door, the host, the woman, and it was a beautiful home. Oh my God. Like, had to be a couple mil, okay? And I walked through the door, and like, she's like saging me down. She's like, turn around, let me give you a full, and I'm like, okay, And I walk in, and, I'm getting to know these people. These people are like in their late 40s, 50s, 60s. Okay, so they've lived life, experienced, and they happen to have some level of consciousness, awareness, energy work, all the good things, all the good stuff, right? So I'm just dancing, to some music, spinning around circles, trying to be in my vibe, because I was going through a lot of stuff. I was just really very vulnerable, sensitive, wide open. And a woman approaches me, and several people did. I think I was probably one of the youngest people there. I was in my late 20s. I was 26 at the time. And she's like, you're integrated, but you're not all the way in. And I'm like, what do you mean? And at that point, I had some understanding of energy work, energy bodies, all that good stuff, right? And so she said, you're literally halfway out of your body, and your heart, you're stopping like right at your heart. So your lower self, like your lower chakras, and you're not all fully embodied yet. And that always really stuck with me in the sense that I'm like, oh crap, like integration is so very important. This has to be fully awakened and fully moving and shifting. And I'm going to say this, when your heart is activated, get ready to feel the feels. Get ready to feel uncomfortable. Make feeling uncomfortable your MO. Make feeling sometimes emotionally unstable okay. Be safe within that. You have to create your own cocoon when it comes to just feeling raw, hardcore emotions. Your job and your purpose with this heart space, with this wisdom, is to allow yourself to experience the energy and motion, the emotion. Allow yourself to feel the feeling. We are sentient beings. Allow it to just flow out. And you can't run away from your feelings. You can't damper them. You can't suppress them. Feel it. Feel it. Feel the anxiety. Feel the depression. Feel the madness, the rage. Feel that. Feel that shit. Feel the joy. Feel the uncertainty. Feel the vulnerability. Feel the maybe even jealousy or the spirit of lack. Feel it. All of it. Allow yourself to embody those things and release those things. Return it back to source. Return it back to the all. Return it back to wholeness. And then you too will then become whole again. Because once you get stuck on one emotion, one solid emotion, dominantly, you then begin to fragment yourself from the complete human experience. We were beings having a human experience. Thus, with a human experience, we have to go through the whole spectrum of what it is to be human. And it sucks. I'm going to say this. It fucking sucks sometimes. It really, really, really does. I've seen some awful suffering. It sucks. There's no way around it. The only thing we can do with it is alchemize it. Just sit with that shit. And give yourself an expiration date. You know what I'm saying? Like journal, like just check in and be like, okay, it's been 3 days I've sat with this spirit of lack, or it's been about a week, or it's been 2 months. Give yourself however long you need to go through it and to process it. It takes much longer for certain things, like forgiving an ex-lover for a certain act. It takes much longer for certain people. Don't allow people to put an expiration date on you. You state the price. You have to state the price when it comes to your worth. Don't let people put a price tag on you. You put a price tag on you. You say, hey, this is what I am. This is my value. And either you can pay up or nah and keep it moving. All due respect, but I respect myself as you should respect my time and energy, right? But you can't do it. You cannot, to live without the heart and to not involve the heart in all that you do. You have to be brave. You have to have courage. You have to be brave. But yes, the point I was going to make with this is when you're opening the heart and you're activating the heart, that will blend these two realms of your consciousness together, because we do live in a dichotomy. It's very split. Male, female, right, left, good, evil, right? It's not dualistic. That's what I mean. But my approach is kind of non-dualistic, non-dualistic a bit. But the point I'm trying to make is this. You will, when you are opening your heart, you're opening it in a sense that you're at risk of pain. You're at risk of suffering. You're at risk of losing. You're at risk of gaining things, of adding weight to you. You're at risk of losing some things and gaining some things. And with that comes pain and suffering and feeling uncomfortable. This is so important. This is crucial to being human. A lot of the time people will avoid a job or avoid taking risks that they need to take. Whether that's falling or not falling. I don't like saying the phrase falling in love. Expanding, whether that's expanding in love with another, expanding in love with themselves, right? That's foremost very important, to love yourself. But some people run from that, right? Taking that risk, that career jump, taking the jump into exploring your spiritual life. When you get the calling to do these things, when your heart is calling out to you, right? Because your soul star, that soul energies, speaks through the heart. It speaks through the heart very, very clearly. You'll know. And you'll know a no, and you'll know a yes. And so with that, don't feel like this is an easy feat. Oh, I feel so much love. Oh, I'm so open. Oh my God. There's only so long you can sustain joy. There's only so much so much time that you have to sustain happiness, to sustain contentment. And then those shadowy feelings come up. Low self-esteem, unhappiness, doubt, right? You gotta be able to also process these things and know it's just for the moment. And that moment could be 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years, 2 decades. I hope it's not 2 decades. But that being said, some people, it takes them 2 decades or more to process certain things, or they just don't process it at all. This is not an easy feat. When it comes to matters of the heart, it is not an easy thing to do when you really choose to lead with the heart. It is imperative to do it. It's imperative to do it. You can lead with your mind, go right ahead. You can lead with your ego, go right ahead. You can lead with your lower nature self, your body, right? Your sex. You can do that. You can. It's a choice. This is all a choice. We're all actively choosing. And, our choices, like I said before, our choices beget consequences. Consequences begets an outcome. Let go of the outcome and tune into the present moment, because the outcome, I believe in cyclical time, meaning the beginning, middle, and end they all simultaneously exist all at the same time. And it's like an interweb. Time is a sphere. It's not linear. That's what we're programmed to believe. Time is a sphere. It's an interweb experience. There are thousands of yous. There are thousands of Najas making this video right now. And each one of these versions of myself right now at this very moment I could be saying something similar. I could be saying something completely different. I could be way off on a whole nother energy and vibration, or higher, right? Yeah, quantum physics. Yeah. Oh, I question the nature of time all the time. I was telling my mother on a visit just yesterday, I said, if you look at the word time and spell it backwards, what does it say? To emit. To emit something is to exclude. When you get locked onto linear time, you exclude all other possibilities. You're emitting all other possibilities of what could be. So be very careful when you are activating the heart and you get heart led, you're in that space of being heart led, that you don't lock into outcomes of what you think, because that outcome already exists. The outcome already exists. Many different outcomes already exist. It's what you choose to do now. It's how present you are in the now that will dictate an outcome that is much to your liking or not. An outcome that is best fitting for you or not. Right? Everything, all things, no things. Where am I going with this now? I don't know. But may this message find you well and whole. When this message finds you, and when you find this message, remember that you are whole and you are complete already. What keeps us from believing, in the sacred bridge of the heart is our own limitations, our own illusions, our own fears and programming and conditioning, because we already have it. We already have this. Think of it as there are millions of versions of you right now in this moment, and one of those, maybe few of those versions of yourself, is exactly where you want to be in this present moment. And the next question would be, what do you have to do in this present moment to be there? And I would say, be present in this present moment. And allow the present moment to show you what you need to do. Allow this present moment to show you what you need to do, what you need to be, what you need to feel, being here now. Thank you so much. And I'll see you soon.